name is James Wilson and I race the Surewise Insurance Peugeot 206 in Classic Sports Car Club. I'm usually in the Tin Tops series, but occasionally run in the Open series if I fancy a bit of extra track time. Couldn't really resist the opportunity of racing at Brands Hatch GP, Classic Sports Car Club. Had 2 events this year and I managed to get on both grids. So although the car is a little bit, it doesn't quite suit the field, I couldn't resist another race. I've wanted to race since I was a toddler. I grew up at racetracks watching my dad, and it was always something I wanted to do. So it took 25 years, quite literally, to get there, with a bit of karting in between. But yeah, as soon as the opportunity came up, I jumped at the chance, and I just love competing. It's just a great community and an adrenaline rush. It's an absolute buzz. Potentially days like this, fortunately for me they're rare, but when things go wrong it's very, very disappointing. It's disappointing for myself being the racing driver, but it's when you've invited people to come along, they've spent their Saturday or their Sunday waiting around for you to do your passion and your hobby, and then something as trivial as a squirrel eating your fuel breather pipe ruins your day and ruins your weekend. So there are always going to be lows, but I think it is always disappointing.
So my name's Sean, so I'm a technician instructor at Chichester College. So I actually work on the motorcycles department, but I assist Dan Turner, who's the lead tech lecturer for the Motorsport course at Chichester. So we teach the IMI Level 3 diploma in motorsport, so Level 2 and Level 3. So it's maintenance and repair, so how to sort of diagnose, rectify, fix vehicles. Alongside that, we run race cars in a race series, so we've been in several series up and down sort of the country over the last couple of years. The idea behind that is not only are we teaching the students, but we then are able to provide them with a practical sort of real world sort of environment in which they can put those skills to the test and get that. It's a competitive environment, so the more experience you've got, the better it is. So our students come along with us on race days and assist us getting the cars prepped, pre-race preps at the workshop, post-race preps, and then whilst we're here, make sure everything's good. So from nut and bolt checks between sessions, to refueling, speaking to the drivers, see how they're getting on, and then obviously setting everything up, coming back, doing post-race, getting everything ready again. It's very in-depth, very busy, so it's nice to actually bring them out into the environment and show them that it's not always the glitz and glam that you get to see on TV, as it's always made out to be. You know, you're not stood down the pit lane with a massive truck and everything like that. You are sometimes crammed in the corner. We were here at Brands October last year, and it was absolutely chucking it down. And we were down the end of the pit, down the end of the paddock, in about ½ inch of water, as it just didn't start raining. It was running under the truck, and it's a case of it's perfect. So this is get stuck in. You're going to get wet, you're going to get cold, we'll warm up at the end of the day. But it was absolutely brilliant. It was a perfect experience. So I say there's goods, there's highs to it. So obviously we get the victories, we get the podiums, and the students love that because it's a bit of silverware and it's something that they can say is an experience that they've been involved in. And we also get the tribulations, the downsides to it, like today unfortunately, where out of the 2 cars we've had a perfect weekend, full day of testing, no faults whatsoever. Qualifications yesterday for the races we've entered, no issues, and today unfortunately within the first sort of few laps, one car was retired through contact and the other one retired through a fault. So yeah, we try and encourage it, but again that's all part of the real world sort of experience of it. It's not always win-win, and you know you do get your losses, and in some respects it's just another thing for them to look at and go, actually now you've got a real world example of what happens when it goes wrong. Now we've got to fix it, so we'll get it back. So currently the 2 students are under the car examining it to see what damage we have sustained as a result of the contact today, and hopefully they'll be able to feed back to us what that is, and then we'll put that into place. So this next year, which starts literally sort of next couple of weeks of the college year, the academic year, the level 2 students and the level 3s can get stuck in and do the repairs that we need ready for the next races. So we're based in West Sussex on the south coast, so we do have websites. So it's chichester.ac.uk, so you can go on there. There's a full prospectus, online prospectus of all the courses we do, including obviously the Chichester Motorsport side. We are out and about, we do other events, so we're at race events for different series. And we do attend, so we sort of work quite closely with Student Motorsport, so you can find out more information there as well. We do things like Motorsport Days Live to help sort of publicise that, so you can always feel free to come up and sort of to speak to one of us if we're at any of the race events to get some information that way.
I can see what it is, right? It takes up, we're all the same, it takes up your time, it takes up all your thoughts. When I'm not with the family, I'm not thinking about, like, you know, looking after kids, I think about racing. I think we're all the same. It's in our blood, it's what we do, it's 24/7, so it's, you know, happy wife, happy kids, racing. I'm Tunio. I've been racing for about 5 years, and I'm here to try and take on the big boys in my little Civic 1.6, normally aspirated, and have some fun, enjoy ourselves and have good company with some friends. I skipped Friday at school one day with my brother in a Renault 5 GT Turbo, and we went up to Croft Racing Circuit when I was about 14. And I watched the touring cars, and I was in love with it since then. So I went to Croft on a Friday at school, and it was just mesmerising. Watching touring cars, brake late, the smell, the noise, the trucks, the paddock, it was just mega. I love Brands GP. I live on the exit of Clearways, so when I do crash, I can just go home straight over the fence. At the start of the race, I'm planning what I'm going to do, how aggressive I'm going to go, where I'm going to position the car, and just get my head right. On a race weekend, when you're on the grid, that's probably much the first time when everything stops. It's about you, it's about your car. The setup is all done, it's just head down, focus, away you go. Racing, I'd probably drive like an absolute pillock on the road, and it's that it takes out that energy of driving bad on the road. Since I've started racing, I drive so slow on the road. You know, I've got on the motorway, cruise control 70, so for me it's about taking the risk on a circuit, which suits me just fine. Change the motorsport, it's always there. Just be sensible, respect your competitors, don't squeeze people too much, but enjoy it, be sensible, and I feel okay.